competition out there had him because there was simply no competition out there for me. But let's just look at it objectively. You had this average black American guy who now was able to choose between what he was dealing with before and somebody completely new. And let me tell you, the moment I stepped into that man's life, he really didn't know how to deal with my femininity because I was not loud. I was not screaming. I was not trying to, be louder than him. I didn't interrupt him because that's not something that I learned from home. If somebody would speak, and especially a man, you would let that man speak and then you would listen and then say whatever you have to say, right? So I was clean. I cooked. He didn't know what it was when a woman is actually in the room asking him, like, do you want something to drink? Before I got myself something to drink. Do you want something to eat? Before I started to eat my food, I would ask him, do you want to have a bite? I would come out of nowhere and just have a fruit bowl and just offer him some fruit. He didn't know none of this. So my husband, back then boyfriend, really thought this was a dream come true. He didn't know how to deal with none of this because all this me coming through, just being nurturing by nature, his peoples and his family didn't even do that for him. Like the family, there is no family unit. The average family, especially black American family, has barely a family unit. There is no breakfast, lunch, and dinner at set times. And these are things that I introduced my husband to with my family. Can you imagine that impact that I had on him back then? So gentlemen, do not be afraid of traveling. There are so many more women out there who are willing to take care of you. It doesn't matter if they're young. It doesn't matter if they're older. They are willing to take care of you, willing to work with you, willing to be a part of your life. You don't have to deal with whatever you are dealing with back in your hometown because unfortunately, a lot of American women are lost in the delusional world that they are living in, and they don't even understand that they are going to be lonely for a long time, if not for the rest of their life. They say by choice, but I don't believe them.
This is Ecclesiasticus 36:24. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. Rest, that part, man. A pillar of rest. This is the attribute of a wife. Okay, and hearing that woman's testimony, man, that is exactly what we want. It's real. You hearing just the way that she came in and she treated that so-called black man. She basically eliminated all his pain, all his stress, because that's exactly what all of us, especially righteous men of the Lord, go through. We want that rest, man. That's exactly what we want. We want our possession, something that belongs to us, something that's not going to belittle us and talk down on us, recognizes that they are a possession, submission to our control, help us, and give us rest. And, you see the captions on the video. She was saying how, there's no, between her getting a so-called black man is zero competition with the so-called black woman. And that's the Israelite woman. Because of the curses, Eve has basically made a pact and an agreement, a bond with Satan, Esau. They're together, hate us equally and look to do nothing but bring us down. But the other nations, we see that caption, this is a German woman. This is, even the Edomite women are starting to sympathize and, recognize who the true kings are and the true prizes are. And they're coming after us, man. And they're going to have us, and that's fine. Because the Israelite woman hates us, despises us, man. Especially the Judite woman, the so-called African-American black woman. She hates the Israelite man, all of them, all the tribes. She gets more pleasure in seeing us fall and destroyed and gets off on it. You know, seeing our health deteriorate, tries to put us down, keep us at a lower status, doesn't encourage us, doesn't lift us up. They don't show us real love because they hate us. There's a hatred. There's a demonic possession and a brainwashing to them to hate the Israelite man. You know, but that just means that they're not our wives. Because the scripture says a wife is a possession, a help, and a pillar of rest. Okay? So she says in this video, she said, I already knew I had him. It's easy. Why? Because she was raised the right way. And going abroad overseas, the Eastern mentality of women, they're raised the right way. I mean, you even got Judite women down in Africa. You know, there's a few sincere ones. They're not all, you know, gone, but they're raised in a different way to accept the Israelite man as the prize. Men are the prize. Men are the kings. They're the head of the household. The women are supposed to be in subjection, which means to, when you go look up subjection, let's grab subjection real quick. 1 Peter 3, okay, verse 1, it says, likewise, you wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, that they may also without the word be won by the conversation of the wives. Now let's look up subjection. The action of subjection here, a country or person to one's control, the fact of being subjugated. So you're supposed to be controlled. Okay? In Genesis it says the husband shall rule over you. You shouldn't be in the spirit, you can't control me. I do what I want. You're controlling. I'm going out right now. You're going to watch my damn kids. And you're going to kiss my ass. And you're going to, you know, fuck you, nigga. You can't control me. That is a demonic spirit, an evil woman spirit to be in, man. Okay? So, you're not acting like you're that man's possession. When you're a possession, that means you're owned by something. They control you. Okay? Men aren't tyrants, you know, looking just to fucking keep you ball and chained in the damn basement. That ain't what this is talking about at all. So the fact that you listen to order, you follow the instruction of your husband. It says, hey, look, it's not good if you go out by yourself at night. You shouldn't go. And these Eastern women, these women overseas, they would never be in that spirit to talk that way to their men. They listen. They love them. And, you know, she said she would just, I mean, you see the testimony of the lady.
He really didn't know how to deal with my femininity because I was not loud. I was not screaming. I was not trying to, you know, be louder than him. I didn't interrupt him because that's not something that I learned from home. If somebody would speak, and especially a man, you would let that man speak and then you would listen and then say whatever you have to say, right? So I was clean. I cooked. He didn't know what it was when a woman is actually in the room asking him, like, do you want something to drink? Before I got myself something to drink.
Okay, and the scriptures say a woman's supposed to serve her husband. We really haven't experienced this on this side, man. A few brothers, you know, not all brothers, but a few brothers have really gone through and experienced this. True servitude. Because the other nations, man, they're not raised in the way like you so-called black women are raised. You so-called black women are raised by Beyonce. I can have another you in a minute. Matter of fact, you'll be in a minute. Fuck you, nigga. And, you know, that Sexy Red, Cardi B, shake your ass, disrespect your man, fuck him, you don't need a nigga, independent. There's no catering, man. You don't have a catering spirit. You don't have a respectful spirit. She said she didn't belittle him. She didn't raise her voice. She let him speak first. And this is the rest that brothers are going to have in the kingdom of heaven. You know, hearing this testimony, man, almost like, damn, almost brings you to tears. Like, wow. You can just feel the peace, the rest, just from the testimony. Like, damn, this is what it means. That's what a real woman is supposed to be like, man.
He didn't know none of this. So my husband, back then boyfriend, really thought this was a dream come true. He didn't know how to deal with none of this because all this me coming through, just being nurturing by nature, his peoples and his family didn't even do that for him. You know, like the family.
Like we don't. Yeah, that's true, man. We don't even get that fully from our family. So if you got a woman that come in like this, she basically sweeping you off your feet. That nurturing spirit, man. The women we deal with, Eve on this side, this is a bitter, angry, bashing, disrespectful spirit. She don't have no nurturing cell in her body. You don't even nurture the kids. They talk down on the kids, talk to them any kind of way. Want to throw them off the damn bed and cuss them out as an infant. They're just angry and just evil, you know. But this is coming for all brothers, man.
Living in and before, and somebody completely new. And let me tell you, the moment I stepped into that man's life, he really didn't know how to deal with my femininity because I was not loud. I was not screaming. I was not trying to, be louder than him. I didn't interrupt him because that's not something that I learned from home.
That's right, man. And what did that say in Titus? It's the book of Titus 2 and 4. It says that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, man. To love their children. It doesn't mean just have an emotional attachment feeling towards something that you like to cuddle with. That's not what love is, man. Love means to keep the commandments towards somebody else. Respect their husbands, man. Give him peace. Give him rest. Be nurturing. To love their children. To be discreet. Chastity. Keepers at home. She said she knew how to cook. She was bringing the brother some fruit when he didn't even ask for it. She probably massaging his feet. That's the nature of a woman was created. And a wicked woman, an Israelite woman on this side, she may learn these things that she's supposed to do, but she won't even do it for the righteous man. She's willing to belittle and break apart the marriage, leave him, and then go study on how to do these things for a wicked nigga of the world, man. That doesn't deserve none of this. A whoremonger, a manipulator that'll convince her to, lie to her, say, oh, he wasn't your husband the whole time. All this shit, get in her head, and she go try to do some of these things for him. Hey, then her judgment comes. She get abused. It says to be discreet, chastity, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of Yahweh be not blasphemed. Okay? So that's that rest, man, because we're in Babylon, man. We're in hell. And there's very few avenues of rest that we can get while being out here, especially as prophets, learning at the highways and hedges of teaching. We go through all types of shit in our personal lives. The one little piece of rest we may want, it would be nice to get it from a true wife at home. But because this is hell, we don't even get it on this side. We don't get that either. But just seeing the testimony, man, you women could be that rest for that man that's fighting for the Lord. But y'all not right, man. So what's happening is the Israelite woman, especially the Judite woman, the so-called black woman, you're being put on blast, and the whole nation is basically divorcing you because you've done this evil to us for so long. You haven't given us this rest for so long. You've accepted feminism, independency, and you've accepted the brainwashing from Esau, Edom, that we're your enemy, and you've done nothing but attack us. You take our kids from us. You put us on child support. You break apart the home. You disrespect us. You degrade us. You cost us all types of money and damages, heartbreaks, and cheating on us. And we're sick of it. We about to flock to women like this. Right here, man. Brothers are getting their passports in masses. And, hey, we jumping ship. Rather just go deal with that peace overseas, you know, spend a little extra money on a plane ticket and hop over there. Because y'all ain't got it over here, man. You black women, you've gone too long without taking accountability. You ain't trying to change. You ain't doing nothing about it. You just getting worse and worse and worse. You about to fall right along with Esau Edom, man. Because once the society collapse, you're going to get your judgment for everything, all the evil you done in your life. You got all these multiple baby daddies, all these kids by different men. You ripped apart this home, ripped apart that home, ripped apart that home. You got all these bodies, all these STDs. So when the shit hits the fan, society collapses, you're going to be left dead in the street. Any men that you currently have will be shot and drafted. And you're going to be ravished. You're going to lose all your children. And it's going to be straight survival mode. You're going to be really, really humbled. You know, you're going to be walking around trying to wear a trash bag or a big ass baggy clothing to hide your figure, to try to hide the fact that people know if you're a woman or not. Just because you're going to be ravished so many times in the street and took. And those are the terrors that's coming. And that's your punishment. That's your judgment for all you've done to the righteous men. Because you could have been like this, man. Yeah, it helps to be raised that way. But also, hey, we weren't raised in the truth over here in the side, but we still got the truth and law, statutes, commandments. And we traded our ways in serving the Lord. But a lot of you women, you get this truth on how you're supposed to behave for your man and being submissive and being subjection. And you refused it. You bucked up against it. So you got hell to pay. Hell's on the way, man. Jake is tired of black women. We're sick of it. We're sick of the baggage. We're sick of the problems they bring. We're sick of the stress. You know? They don't get no rest unless they're causing some type of chaos. They need chaos. They need to have some type of drama started. They start getting itchy and restless when there's a time being with y'all and there's peace. Give you a home and, you know, good job, good family, good food, kids, everything's there. Everything's lined up. Let me find a way to fuck this up. Let me find something to get mad about and fight and argue with my man and ruin the whole thing. Just to be back on the streets. The square one. Pathetic, man. But these women, it's beautiful to hear these testimonies. They get it. There's real women out there. But it just gotta be patient for it. And we got it coming, man. We're gonna be rewarded real soon. This is the book of Proverbs 31:12. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. That's the signs of a virtuous woman, man. Good and not evil. Man, so these black women they do us evil. Not just black, even the Northern Kingdom tried it, man. I was married to one before. That woman did me straight evil. You know? Multiple times gone through this. She would do him good and not evil all the days of her life. That's a good woman. And that's what we want. This is Ephesians 5:22. It says, wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord. Submit, man. Accept or yield to inferior force, authority, or will of another person. Okay? Being controlled, man. Do what your husband tells you to do. So for the husband is the head of the wife, even as a Mashiach is the head of the church. And he is the savior of the body. Your husband's the one that you're going to get your ticket of salvation. So that woman that you've seen, that German woman, if she's with the man of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, she's going to escape the horrors of Jacob's trouble. She's going to be saved. Whereas you got a nigga woman around the corner. Nigga. Fuck you, nigga. I want to tell you, you a bitch. You this and that. You this and that. You this and that. She going to get cooked, burned up, man. Y'all letting the heathens skate in. That's sad, man. So therefore, as a church is subject unto Mashiach, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything. Be in subjection, okay? Subject, okay? Here it is, line 2. Verb, bring a person under one's control. Be in control in everything, man. Husbands, love your wives, even as Mashiach also loved the church and gave himself for it, that he may sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of the water by the word. Right, man. So when you got a women that is actually respecting us and being in subjection, we may teach them some things about these scriptures. We'll teach them, hey, look, if you're an Israelite woman, you got a salvation ahead of you, you're this and that, and it's encouraging and it strengthens the family. But when you got a woman that doesn't want to be in subjection, doesn't want to submit, then she's not a wife. She's a destroyed, brainwashed concubine. This is Isaiah 4:1. It says, in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So brothers ain't got to worry about nothing, man. You're going to have 7 chasing you, coming after you at one time, man. And will be your wife, just like that woman, that German woman in that video. They're going to have that same spirit. They're going to be clean. They're going to love you and treat you right. Some of the women going to be, have been extremely humbled in the world, and maybe they weren't living right. And when they get fucked up and the judgment of the Lord happen, then they're going to start learning, oh shit, I should have been like this, should have been like this, should have been like this. You're going to have a lot of women in times of war that's going to see your spirit, and know who you are. They may have seen your videos. They're going to recognize you through the spirit, that you're that salvation, you're that protection. So they're going to cling unto you. So fuck all these damn women on this side, man. These nigger women, the so-called black women on this side that is so disrespectful and degrading and unappreciative. Judgment's coming for them. So with that, Lord's will, lessons edifying. I'm going to close out. Give all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh. By Shem Shai, by Shem HaKadash. The honors to our apostles and elders, great millstone, touch of truth and will. Citation to you, hopefully like pushing this truth and honesty, sincerity. Shalom.